Okay, hope my screen is visible.
Yes, sir, visible, sir.
Okay. So I said that we need to launch a private server. So let me start the public server. Using this server, I'll start the private server. I'll create a private server, and I'm going to show that how to connect the public server with private server. That's I'm gonna show today. So how to create another server using one reference server? Nothing but we can select the server like this. We can go to actions. We can see image and templates option is there. Select the server, actions, image and templates option is there. Click on image and templates. Then here launch more like this option is there, right? This can be used. When I click on launch more like this, here it asks for few details. I need to add those details. So for example, it's not a web server. I'll say this is a DB server. It's not a public, it's a private. Or else let it be instead of DB, we can keep web server only. Instead of public, we'll call it as a private. Okay. If you want additional tags also can be asked ANV dev. Like this, we can able to use some of the tags. This is constant. Type also constant. Keyword same keyword I'll use. Already the keyword what I use in my VPC key, the same key I'll use. VPC dev VPC, but subnet it should be private subnet. Then, but autos and public IP, we need to disable this. Remember, guys, autos and public IP should be disabled. So I'll disable this. Then security group already have the security group, right? Same security group I am using. Then all good. So here the script also there by default. This host name is there. Script is not there in this. Okay. Okay. I'll remove this script and last class we added the script seems to be in upper somewhere. Is that? Somewhere the script this script. I'll add this script in the here. And also I'll append this here. Sudo host name private. This script you can update. Then number of instances 1. Click on launch instances. Now come down and click on view all instances and refresh the console. Now we can see total 3 servers are there. So these 2 are running, servers are there. So first what we'll do means, first I'll connect my public server. First I'll connect my public server. So let me copy my public IP address. Or else you guys can connect from directly here also. Connect. Like this also you guys can connect, but I'll use different method. Okay. I'll connect from my terminal. Font size is okay, or we need to change the size?
Font size is okay, sir.
Yeah. So guys, I'm connected to the public server right now. Inside this server, we need to connect this private server. This server is there, right? This server we need to connect inside the public server. Straight away we won't connect. Look at, if I try to connect this now, what is saying? Connect option itself not there. Why it's not there? Because no public IP for address assigned. So with the no public IP for address can't easy to connect. Alternatively, we can try connecting using different method. Okay, that's the reason I could not able to connect. Such a moment you guys can go to SSH client. One example is there, right? Copy this example and paste it on the public server here. Paste it on this here. Or else let me exit, not in the root user. Normal user will try. So if I enter here, it will ask yes or no. I'll type yes, but it's not connected. Why? Permission denied. Why it's permission denied? Look at this option. Warning, identity file not accessible. No such file or directory. If I do ls, see the file is not there. That's the reason. What I can do means I can create this file here. Vi this file hyphen insert. I'll open another terminal in your git bash. Downloads folder we can go. Then I can paste this key. In this key, whatever there, I'll just same thing I'll replicate. So that means we can open the key like this in your lap in your git bash in another window, and whatever
Font size is too small, sir.
this is too small. This is the key, right? That's the reason. Okay, we'll copy this and we'll go back and we'll paste it here. Or else we can, one more thing also we can do. We can copy that file from local to server. That's another way. So, but instead of that, I'm straight away copy pasting the data. Okay, escape shift semicolon WQ. Now look at guys, the file is there now. The file myvpc.key file is there. Let me try to connect now. SSH command, I'll run it. Still not connected, but error got changed. What is the error? Unprotected private key. Permission 0644 for myvpc.pm is too open. That means everybody can able to access this. So for that we need to change the permission. Chmod 600, then the file name. Now it should connect. See, connected. Let me share the content with you guys. You guys can refer this and you can do. So you can download it like this. You can download this folder and you can copy the key like this. And you can paste the key. Now I'm able to log in like one server inside another server. Look at guys. First I'm connected web server, Linux web server. Now I'm in 10.0.22 IP. That means one server inside another server I connected. So once you copied the key, right, like same key used by 100 servers means all 100 servers can able to connect. Okay, in this concept in the AWS we call it as a under the VPC. That is called as a jump server, guys. The concept what is shown, right? That is we call it as a jump server. What is jump server? Jump server, Bastion host, or proxy server. Three different names. Okay. Then what is jump server? A Bastion host is a server whose purpose is to provide access to a private network from the external network such as internet. So Bastion host is also a special purpose server, also known as a jump server. Bastion host is a special purpose server instance that is designed to be the primary access point from the internet and act as a proxy to your EC2 instances, other EC2 instances. Okay, like this, guys. First time SSH to the Bastion host server. Bastion host server nothing but main server, public server. Then this particular security group and the private server security group, both I'll keep the same. Post that I can SSH to the private EC2 instance. That's what I did. Okay. Then very important concept, another one is NAT gateway. What is NAT gateway? NAT gateway is nothing but network address translation. This is the special purpose gateway in the VPC to provide the connectivity to private servers. You can use a network address translation NAT gateway to enable the instance in a private subnet to connect to the internet or other AWS services, but prevent the internet from initiating a connection with those instances. You are charged for creating and using a NAT gateway in your account. To create a NAT gateway, you must specify the public subnet in which the NAT gateway should be reside. You must also specify the elastic IP address too with the NAT gateway when you are create it. After you have created a NAT gateway, you must update the route table associated with one or more private subnets to the internet bound traffic to the NAT gateway. This is enables instances in your private subnets to communicate with the internet. Each NAT gateway is created in specific availability zone and implemented with the redundancy in that zone. So you have a limit on the number of NAT gateways you can create in a availability zone. Remember, like this. We have internet gateway. We have a route table will be there, two route tables, public route table, private route table, and also we associate with the routes also and subnet association also done. So two subnets, public subnet, private subnet are there. So we need to keep this NAT gateway in the public subnet and we need to connect that route table entries in the private subnet so that the traffic will be redirected from public subnet to NAT gateway to private subnet. Then one more option, egress only internet gateway. Egress nothing but IPv6. Ingress nothing but IPv4. Internet gateway is for IPv4. Egress only internet gateway for IPv6. An egress only internet gateway is a horizontally scaled, redundant, and highly available VPC component that allows outbound communication between an IPv6 from instances in your VPC to the internet and prevent the internet from initiating the IPv6 connection within the instances. An egress only internet gateway is for use with IPv6 traffic only. Then DSCP options is last class we discussed about. DSCP nothing but dynamic host configuration protocol provides a standard for passing the configuration information to the host on a TCP by IP network. You can configure DSCP option sets for your virtual private clouds. This option fields of a DSCP message contains configuration parameters including the domain name server, and the net bias node type. Elastic IPs. An elastic IP address is a static IP for address for a dynamic cloud computing. We can use elastic IP in the place of public IP. Like last class we're discussing about, right? Elastic IP is a special purpose IP, is a replacement for the public IP. So what is the difference between each means? Public IP is dynamic, elastic IP is static. Nothing but you have the server is running. Let me show that option now. This is a public server. Let me take. This is a public server, correct? This is the public IP. Let me copy this IP and keep somewhere. I'll here only will keep. This is a public IP. I'm gonna stop the server now. Once the server is stopped, then IP will change.
Are you there, sir?
Yeah, it's stopping, so I'm waiting for this.
Okay, okay. I didn't get any response from you. That's the reason.
It's stopped now. Can you guys see? Public IP address is minus is there. Now I'll start the server. If I refresh, IPs came, but compare that earlier IP and now IP, both are not same. Correct? Both are not same. For this purpose only, we used to create here. Left side, can you guys see elastic IP? Elastic IPs. Create elastic IP. So just click on allocate. It's created. Now select this IP, actions, associate elastic IP. We can choose a server, web server public, choose a private IP, reassociate, click on associate. Now if I go back to EC2 197, 143, 192, 173, 171, 143. Let me refresh. Now public IP, elastic IP both are same now. See, 197, 143. Now again I'll stop the server, but this moment this IP won't release. This should be constant. Okay, let me show that. Stop it, but IP is not changed. Look at guys, I'll refresh. IP is not changed. It's constant. Let me start the server now again. But should not change. It should be keep constant. See, IP is same. So that's a use case of the elastic IP. So, but this is costly. It's not free. So I'm releasing this elastic IP. First, deassociate we need to do, and we need to release. Deassociate. After deassociating, we can able to attach to any other server if you want, or else we can able to delete this. Release elastic IP. Release. That's a use of elastic IP. Next, manager prefix list. So a prefix list is a set of one or more CIDR blocks. There are two types of prefix lists are there. One is AWS manager prefix list, another one is customer manager prefix list. Prefix list nothing but IP address slash subnet mask will give, right? That's technically we call it as CIDR. That is called as a the prefix list. AWS manager prefix list, if you take, represents the IP address range for a AWS services. You can reference an AWS manager prefix list in your VPC security group rules and in subnet route table entries. You cannot create, modify, or share or delete the AWS manager prefix list. Customer manager prefix list. It's a set of IPv4 or IPv6 CIDR blocks that you can define and manage. You can reference the prefix list in your VPC security group rules and in subnet route table entries. This enables you to manage the IP addresses that you can frequently use for these resources in a single group instead of repeatedly referencing the same IP address in each resource. You can share your prefix list with other AWS accounts, enabling those accounts to reference the prefix list in their own resources. So endpoints, next one. VPC endpoint enables you to privately connect your VPC to the supported AWS resources, endpoint services. For example, think logically, guys. In all the resources, we cannot able to connect the VPC. In all the resources, VPC does not support. Such a moment, we have a extra feature called VPC endpoints will be there. We can attach these endpoints to this particular service. For example, S3 bucket is there. If you guys think in S3 bucket, none of the place we used a VPC endpoint. I mean, none of the place we used VPC. But you want to protect the S3 bucket. Then how to protect? We can use VPC endpoints to only access which are whenever we're in the network within a VPC network. Such a moment we can able to use these endpoints. Here also two types of endpoints are there. One is interface endpoints, another one is gateway endpoints. What is the difference between an interface endpoint is an elastic network interface ENI with a private IP address from the IP address range of your subnet that serves as an entry point for the traffic destinated to the supported device. So gateway endpoint is a great way that you specify and a target for a route in your route table for traffic destinated to a supported AWS resources. So
Sir, so you mean to say endpoints are for security reasons, no, sir?
security reasons.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions? Are we good?
Yes, sir.
So another important option is peering connections. A VPC peering connection is a networking connection between two VPCs that enables you to route the traffic between them using private IP address or IPv6 address. Instances in either VPC can communicate with each other as they are within the same network. You can create VPC peering connection between your own VPC or with a VPC in another AWS account. The VPCs can be in different region or in the same region. Look at. Guys, one more important thing they'll ask in the interview, like if at all you want to connect two different VPC servers, how do you connect? You want to connect two different VPC servers, how do you connect? So we can connect using peering connections. Remember, guys, we can connect using peering connections.
You meant to say two different networks, no, sir?
Two different VPCs itself. So, for example, in your account or maybe in different account, two VPCs are there. In VPCs only we used to create a servers, right? For example, think yours is one AWS account, mine is another AWS account. Both are working in the same company. Okay. So now, like in your VPC, your servers are there. In my VPC, my servers are there. But I for interaction purpose, some data should be copied. Okay.
It's breaking,
So
sir.
your server to my server, we want to copy some data, but there are two different networks. For that, we require a peering connection.
No, no, sir. Sorry, we didn't get in between, sir. Your voice was breaking, sir.
Okay. Assume that uh, you take an example of the river. One end to another end, the river. How do you connect? We require a bridge. Correct.
Yes, yes, yes.
Similarly, two networks you want to connect. Why do we need to connect two networks? Nothing but, for example, yours is in one VPC, mine is another VPC. Two different VPCs are there, two different AWS accounts. Okay, in your VPC, your servers are running, my VPC, my servers are running. Okay, but both wants to interact for sharing some data. Your server wants to interact with my server, either my server wants to interact with your server for sharing some data. But generally, by default, two different networks, it won't allow you to communicate as per the company norms, correct? So now, if at all I want to allow, then how do you allow? Means using these peering connections, we can allow. That means you can connect my server, I can connect your server.
These pairing connections can be hosted for temporary being also, no, sir? For time being also.
Time being also, it's up to you. You require a permanent means you can make it as a permanent. If you want temporary, you can make it as temporary also.
Okay.
Okay, understood.
You mean to say cross accounts, no, sir? Cross
Cross,
accounts of AWS.
cross regions, cross accounts, cross VPCs, cross things, anything you can use. It's up to your choice.
Okay, okay, okay. Got it, sir. Sir, have you ever connected to peering connection, sir? In your
Like many organizations used to connect.
okay, okay. During your tenure till now, till today, have you ever tried this peering connections?
In my company, because we don't have multiple VPCs, only one VPC only there. But in my
Mm-hmm.
previous company, I tried that.
Okay, okay. Again, it will be get charged, no, sir? Again, because two
Definitely will
VPCs
get.
are there, means it will be get charged, no?
Yeah, definitely will get.
Okay,
Okay.
okay,
Next
sir.
is security. Amazon VPC provides features that you can use to increase and monitor the security for your VPC. Three ways you will get the security generally. What are the three ways? Amazon VPC provides the features that you can use to increase and monitor the security for your VPC using first one security groups, second one network ACLs, third one flow logs. These are three essential components can be used. So what is security group? Security group is acts like a firewall for your instances associated with the Amazon EC2 instances, controlling both inbound and outbound traffic at the instance level. Remember, but network ACL nothing but network access control list. This is also acts like a firewall only, but this is associated with the subnets. Security groups for instances, network ACLs for subnets, controlling both inbound and traffic at the subnet level. Then what is flow logs? Capture the information about the IP traffic going to and from the network interfaces in your VPC. When you launch an EC2 instance in a VPC, you can associate one or more security groups that you have created. Each instance in your VPC could belongs to a different set of security groups. If you don't specify a security group when you launch an instance, the instance automatically belongs to the default security group for the VPC. Okay. Very important question, 100 out of 100 times they'll ask in the interview. That is, what is the difference between security group and along with network ACL? Every interview they'll ask about this question. Okay, the difference. Here the differences are there. Maybe probably all the differences we cannot remember, but whatever you could guys able to remember, please tell that in the interview. Okay. So the first thing, security group operates at the instance level, but network ACL operates at the subnet level. That's the first point. Second one, supports allow rules only. That means only we can allow in the security group. We don't have a deny option in the security group. But in network ACL, allow also there and deny also there. I mean, both the options are there. Then security group is stateful. Network ACL stateless. Security group is stateful. Network ACL is stateless. What is the meaning of stateful and stateless? Nothing but return traffic is automatically allowed regardless of the any of the rules. But in a stateless, you need to explicitly allow return rules, nothing but incoming, outgoing. Both you need to allow. Where in network ACL, but in security group, incoming only you need to allow, outgoing can be taken care automatically. Then we evaluate all the rules before deciding whether to allow or deny. We process the rules in number order when deciding whether to allow the traffic or deny the traffic. Then security group applies to an instance only if sometimes someone specifies the security group when the launching the instance are associated with the security group with the instance later on. But network ACL automatically applies to all the instances in the subnets. It's associated with, therefore you don't have to rely on the users to specify the security group. Okay, these are the major differences. Any questions, guys? Maybe you can remember 2 or 3 points, that could be fine. Does not mean that you need to tell 10, 15 points. It won't be like that. Even 1 or 2 points, if you're telling also, they'll agree for that.
Sir, will you explain more about or briefly about stateful and stateless, sir, one more time, please?
Let me tell you. So, for example, nowadays the telecom operators are there, right? They change the plans, correct? A couple of years back, if you think, maybe 2, 3 years back, if you can go, only whenever you're calling, that only amount is required, and then only call is going, correct? So, but incoming calls are there, right? Somebody calling you means it's free only, right?
Yes, 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 correct.
But
Yes.
now also, now what they made is, suppose you didn't recharge, what will happen? Other person cannot call you.
Yeah.
If today recharge plan is completed, after 2 days, other person cannot call you. Even you cannot call them. You cannot call them. Other people also can't call you. Why? That's a blockage. That is called as a stateless. That means network security, network ACL. That means you need to configure rules for incoming also, outgoing also. Both if sharing, that is stateless network ACL. But you only recharge for incoming. Outgoing will, I mean, you only recharge for outgoing. Incoming will come automatically. That is stateful security group.
Okay. Okay.
Remember, guys, in the security group, we only mention the ports in the incoming only. Okay. But in network ACL, we specify incoming also and outgoing also, both inbound and outbound, both. Both means network ACL, only one means security group. That's the reason we call it as stateful, stateless. Clear?
So most of the times you are using network ACL itself, no, sir?
Network is
Or
sometimes
it depends upon the your requirement.
groups also. Both will be used.
That depends upon your requirement, both.
Depends upon your requirement, correct.
Okay. Got it, sir. Got it.
Okay. Let's proceed then. Next, another important thing will be, how do you delete the VPC? If you delete the VPC, what will happen? So there are two VPCs there, default VPC and custom VPC, correct? Default VPC, don't delete it. If you want, you can custom VPC can be deleted. Okay. Will it impact anything? It won't impact anything. Okay. That's the option here. Next, another important option will be, I mean, another important thing might be asked in the interview. That is, what is the difference between default VPC and custom VPC? What is the difference between default VPC and custom VPC? So remember, guys, default VPC, it's created by default by AWS. Custom VPC created by a human like you guys. Then look at here. Virtual network is automatically created for customer AWS account the very first time EC2 resources are provisioned. Non-default, also known as a custom VPC, not automatically created when EC2 resources are provisioned. Customer need to be created by own VPC. Created by AWS, created by customer. VPC assigned when the instance is created, launched without allocating subnet. Default VPC is created. For example, default VPC when they're gonna create means when you set up an AWS account, right? You pay 2 rupees and you create the account, right? That moment only default VPC will be created. Then non-default VPC you can create. For example, like how many VPCs I can create as a customer, how many VPCs I can create means only 5 VPCs only I can create. But default, how many you can create? Only one. One region, only one will be there. Okay. Any questions?
Come back about this one, sir. IP4 address, you told something 5, no? 5 VPCs.
5 VPCs.
Can you create?
I mean, custom VPCs 5 we can create in one region, not all the regions. In one region 5. That means if I go for another region, another 5. Like this, one region 5 only we can create maximum.
Now you mean to say in each region you can create 5 max to max.
Correct.
Okay. But that number of VPC we create, no sir, in region you didn't mention that one, no, in this chart.
Here, last line. Number of VPC per region, default VPC only one we can create, but a non-default VPC, custom VPC 5 by default.
Which line number, sir? Will you let me know?
Lastly,
Or just
you can see.
just a minute, because I magnified this one. Hold on, just a
Highlighted
minute.
one.
Okay, last because I magnified. No, okay, now I made it as the default one. Yeah, got it now. Yeah.
Correct? Okay. That's about the VPC part. Any questions?
So when you're going to share these slides, sir?
I'll download and I'll share today only.
Okay, sir, fine.
Okay. The introduction one and this one also both I'll gonna share in the
Please,
WhatsApp.
sir. Please, yeah.
Okay. So guys, quick recap what we is completed so far. IAM is completed. S3 is S3 Glacier is completed. AWS CLI is completed. CloudFront is completed. Cloud Trail also completed. AWS EC2 also completed and VPC also completed. Okay. Still a few more left out. Okay. So probably within this month end we're gonna complete this. Okay. In the meantime, we have to prepare the resume. Okay. So I'll gonna share the sample resumes, guys, with the ATS friendly. Okay. Make using this resumes you guys can prepare. Okay. You can fill out your personal details in that. Okay.
Done, sir.
We used to get very nice openings this month already. Like a few of the things are started. Okay. So probably we'll get good opportunities. Okay.
Sure, sir.
Okay, and also I need to bring into your notice, guys. My work from status will be now 2 days. I need to go to office. That could be Tuesday and Thursday. This is the 2 days I'm going to office. This did the mandatory from this week itself. So tomorrow I'm going to office. If suppose if while coming from office to the home, if it's delayed means, so I'll inform you guys. Maybe little later I'll take the class. Okay, because I need to wind up the class at any moment within this month end so that you can get some nice opportunities to crack that. Okay.
Done, sir. Done, done, done.
Cool. Thank you so much for your valuable time, guys. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Have a nice evening, sir. Good night,
That's
sir.
it, guys. So quickly, I'm gonna terminate these boxes. These boxes are no more required for us. If required, we'll create it later. Okay. So why unnecessary bill we need to pay for this? So select the servers and we can able to delete. Okay. Look at termination protection enabled. I could not able to delete. If anyone if I try to delete now, it won't delete. It's failed. But how to delete then? So we need to select the server, actions, instance settings, termination protection is there, right? We need to disable this. For both the servers, we need to disable, then only it will allow us to terminate. Because the last class we enabled the protection, right? We should not want to terminate. That's the reason it's enabled. Like this, we can able to terminate. Okay. Now terminated, this shutting down to terminate state will come after an hour. The terminated status server will be that it will be physically removed from the AWS data center also in your account also. Clear, guys? Okay, cool. Thank you so much.